Have your legs ever felt weaker, more tired, or more achy than they used to be? Have you had trouble climbing stairs, walking long distances, or even getting up from a chair steadily? If so, you're not alone, and it may not just be a sign of age. It could be a lack of vital nutrients. Recent studies show that up to 70% of adults over the age of 60 are deficient in vitamins essential for muscle health. This means that millions of people are losing mobility, strength, and independence without even knowing why. And most alarmingly, this could be silently accelerating the aging of your legs. But here's the good news. There are 8 scientifically proven vitamins that are transforming leg health in seniors. They are natural, affordable substances that have amazing results strengthening muscles, combating pain, improving circulation, and restoring the confidence to walk freely. In this video, you will learn what these vitamins are, how they work in your body, and what happens when you start including them in your routine. You will understand why thousands of seniors are reporting visible improvements in leg strength, balance, and quality of life. And if you want to continue living independently, without walking sticks, falls, or limitations, watch until the end because the last item on the list is the most surprising of all. Oh, and take advantage now. Like this video, share it with someone who needs these tips, and subscribe to the Longevity Journey channel for more content on longevity and health. 1. Vitamin D, the light of muscle strength. Did you know that vitamin D deficiency is one of the most common causes of leg weakness in older adults? Studies show that this vitamin isn't just good for your bones, it is also essential for muscle contraction and balance. Without it, your leg muscles become slow, weak, and more prone to injury. Vitamin D acts directly on muscle receptors, strengthening tissues and improving nerve response to brain commands. This means that simple movements such as getting up from a chair or walking steadily depend directly on it. When there is a deficiency, even everyday tasks become challenging, and the situation is more common than it seems. It is estimated that more than 60% of older people have insufficient levels of vitamin D, especially those who spend little time in the sun. Sun exposure is the main source of this nutrient, but as we age, the skin loses its ability to produce it efficiently. Signs of deficiency include widespread muscle pain, leg fatigue, frequent falls, and even mood swings. Unfortunately, these symptoms are often attributed to getting older and ignored. But the good news is that this deficiency is easily corrected with supplementation or adjustments to your daily routine. Just 15 to 30 minutes of sunlight per day at the right times is enough to stimulate the natural production of vitamin D. In addition, supplementation guided by a professional can quickly restore ideal levels. Foods such as eggs, fatty fish, and mushrooms are also powerful allies. Boosting vitamin D levels can result in improved muscle strength, fall prevention, and increased physical fitness. And most impressively, many seniors report that after just a few weeks of supplementation, they can walk safely and confidently again. The difference can be truly astonishing. So if your legs are feeling weak or unsteady, don't just accept it as a normal part of getting older. Get a blood test, get your vitamin D levels checked, and talk to your doctor. It could be the first step toward regaining the strength and independence you thought you'd lost. When vitamin D levels are restored, many older adults are surprised by the improvement in leg strength and walking confidence. But this transformation is only complete when combined with another essential nutrient for neuromuscular health, vitamin B12. 2. Vitamin B12, the key to circulation and energy. Vitamin B12 is like the body's electrician. It ensures that signals from the brain reach the muscles correctly. Without it, nerves silently deteriorate, compromising balance, strength, and even leg coordination. This deficiency is more common than you might think among people over 60. One of the most important functions of B12 is the production of myelin, the protective covering that covers the nerves. When this protection fails, electrical signals are lost and the consequences appear in the legs: tingling, numbness, burning sensations, weakness, and falls for no apparent reason. Additionally, B12 is involved in the production of red blood cells, which carry oxygen to the muscles. Low levels of this vitamin result in chronic fatigue, tired legs, and a feeling of heaviness, even after short periods of walking. The body simply does not have enough energy to sustain movement. Most alarmingly, many people are deficient in B12, even with a healthy diet. This is because, as we age, our stomach loses its ability to absorb the vitamin effectively. In other words, it is not just about what you eat, it is about how much your body can absorb. Deficiency can be detected with a simple blood test, and when confirmed, treatment is usually quick and effective. Oral or injectable supplements can restore levels in a few weeks, and the effects are remarkable: improved muscle tone, reduced numbness, and more energy to move around. Foods such as liver, eggs, milk, meat, and fish are rich in B12, but often there is not enough of it. Therefore, medical advice is essential to determine the ideal dose and form of replacement, especially for those who already have symptoms. If you've been feeling like your legs are failing, numb, or overly tired, you may be dealing with a silent B12 deficiency. Correcting this could be the push you need to regain your mobility, energy, and quality of life. With the nerves better protected and the muscles more energized thanks to B12, the next step is to ensure that the tissues in the legs are healthy, elastic, and well vascularized. And for this, one of the greatest allies is the powerful vitamin C. 3. Vitamin C, the shield of tissues. Vitamin C is much more than just a booster against colds. For your legs, it is a true shield of protection. This vitamin actively participates in the production of collagen, a protein that is essential for the firmness of the skin, tendons, ligaments, and blood vessels, everything that supports your legs. As we age, our bodies naturally reduce their production of collagen. The result? Weaker tissues, thinner skin, and veins that are more vulnerable to rupture and varicose veins. Vitamin C deficiency accelerates this process and directly contributes to joint pain, swelling, and even spontaneous bruising in the legs. But there's more. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant, which means it fights free radicals that damage muscle and vascular cells. This means it helps prevent premature aging of tissues and reduces inflammatory processes that compromise leg movement and comfort. In addition, this vitamin improves the absorption of iron, an essential nutrient for oxygenating muscles. With more oxygen, leg muscles become more resistant to fatigue, allowing for longer walks with less effort. This is why vitamin C is present in muscle longevity protocols. Natural sources include citrus fruits, acerola, strawberries, kiwi, bell peppers, and green leafy vegetables. However, older adults often have a reduced appetite for fruits or digestive difficulties, which makes supplementation an efficient and safe option under professional guidance. Moderate daily replacements are enough to notice firmer skin, less muscle pain, and even a reduction in varicose veins. When combined with vitamin E and collagen, vitamin C enhances tissue regeneration and considerably improves the vascular health of the legs. Keeping your connective tissues strong and your circulation efficient is essential to preserving your physical independence. And vitamin C may be the invisible building block that has been missing to provide structure and protection with every step you take. When tissues are firmer and blood vessels are strengthened by the action of vitamin C, the benefits begin to be reflected in less pain, more energy, and lighter legs. But to maintain this improvement, It is necessary to control a silent enemy, oxidative stress. And that is where the powerful vitamin E comes in. 4. Vitamin E against cramps and muscle fatigue. Vitamin E is a natural antioxidant with a clear mission: to protect muscle and nerve cells from wear and tear caused by free radicals. These radicals are unstable molecules that damage tissues over time, accelerating muscle aging and causing pain, stiffness, and fatigue in the legs. With the constant action of vitamin E, this wear and tear is slowed down. It acts as a biological shield on muscle cells, preserving their integrity, elasticity, and ability to respond to motor stimuli. The result? Fewer cramps, more resistance, and better recovery after physical exertion. Another important point is that vitamin E improves peripheral blood circulation. It helps keep the walls of blood vessels healthy and flexible, which favors the transport of oxygen and nutrients to the extremities, especially the legs and feet, areas that suffer greatly from poor circulation in the elderly. Studies show that vitamin E deficiency is associated with muscle weakness, tingling in the legs, and increased falls in people over the age of 60. Although these symptoms are often ignored or attributed to age, they can have a nutritional origin and can be reversed with adequate replacement. Good sources of this vitamin include oilseeds such as almonds, walnuts, and sunflower seeds, as well as vegetable oils such as extra virgin olive oil. However, supplementation may be necessary, especially for older adults with digestive problems or on restricted diets. It is important to emphasize that vitamin E acts in a complementary way with vitamin C. Together, they form a protective antioxidant duo that improves muscle performance, relieves pain, and combats chronic inflammation, silent causes of physical limitations in old age. By protecting your muscles and blood vessels against cellular aging, vitamin E not only preserves the health of your legs, but also gives you more freedom to move with confidence, energy, and ease, something essential to maintaining your autonomy. With muscles stronger and more protected thanks to the antioxidant action of vitamin E, it's time to look at the structure that supports everything: bones and joints. And in this vital role, a little talked about vitamin stands out as the true guardian of mobility: vitamin K2. 5. Vitamin K2, the guardian of bones and joints. Vitamin K2 plays a crucial role in the proper distribution of calcium in the body. Without it, calcium, which should strengthen bones, ends up depositing in arteries, joints, and even the walls of blood vessels. The result? Stiffness, pain, and calcifications that compromise leg mobility. Unlike vitamin K1, which helps blood clot, K2 is responsible for activating proteins that direct calcium to the bones and keep it away from soft areas. This process prevents plaque from forming in the arteries of the legs and helps keep joints healthier and more flexible. As we age, the risk of vascular calcification increases, especially in those who take medications such as statins or anticoagulants for a long time. This calcification can compromise circulation, cause pain when walking, and even reduce blood supply to the muscles. This is where K2 becomes vital. It acts as a sort of calcium GPS, guiding the mineral exactly where it's needed, inside your bones. This strengthens your bones and reduces the risk of fractures, especially in the femur and pelvis, areas that are crucial for anyone who wants to maintain independence when walking and climbing stairs. K2 deficiency can go unnoticed, but its effects can add up over time. Stiff legs, joint pain, and even hardening of the arteries are all warning signs. Including K2 in your routine can reverse some of this damage and prevent serious mobility issues. Food sources include natto, hard cheeses, egg yolks, and liver. However, these foods are not part of most people's daily diets, making supplementation an effective and safe alternative, especially in combination with vitamin D3. Strengthening your bones and protecting your joints with vitamin K2 is one of the smartest ways to preserve your ability to walk steadily and avoid dangerous falls. After all, standing steadily is one of the pillars of longevity. With your bones stronger and your joints protected by vitamin K2, it's time to focus on keeping your muscles comfortable while you move. Many of the pains, cramps, and stiffness we experience in our legs have a common and often overlooked cause: a lack of magnesium. 6. Magnesium, the natural muscle relaxant magnesium, is one of the most important minerals for proper muscle function, and a deficiency directly affects the legs. It acts as a natural relaxant, regulating muscle contraction and relaxation. When its levels are low, cramps, stiffness, tremors, and a constant feeling of tension appear. Unfortunately, magnesium deficiency is common in the elderly, especially due to the use of diuretics, antacids, or the consumption of processed foods that are low in this mineral. Over time, magnesium deficiency manifests itself in episodes of nighttime leg pain, restlessness, and difficulty maintaining balance. But its role goes beyond providing immediate muscle relief. Magnesium also participates in more than 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including the production of cellular energy. In other words, it helps transform the food you eat into real energy for walking, climbing stairs, and staying active. People with adequate magnesium levels often report improved flexibility, reduced calf pain, and greater comfort when walking. This is because magnesium also improves circulation, helping to transport oxygen and nutrients to the leg muscles. Good dietary sources include dark leafy greens such as spinach and kale, avocados, bananas, pumpkin seeds, whole grains, and nuts. However, many older adults need supplements to reach optimal levels, always with medical advice to avoid excess. In addition to the physical benefits, magnesium also acts on the nervous system, helping to control stress, anxiety, and even sleep quality factors that directly affect muscle recovery and the body's overall well-being. If your legs feel heavy, tense, or often achy, magnesium may be the nutrient you're missing to restore lightness and fluidity to your movements. And the best part is that its effects are usually felt within a few days of correct supplementation. With muscles more relaxed and circulation improved by the presence of magnesium, a new opportunity for transformation arises, fighting the silent inflammation that slowly erodes the health of the joints and muscles of the legs. And in this fight, omega-3 fatty acids are true heroes. 7. Omega-3 fights inflammation and pain. Omega-3 is a type of good fat that acts as a natural anti-inflammatory in the body. It is especially effective in reducing inflammation in joints and muscle tissue, relieving chronic pain in the legs, knees, and hips, a problem that affects millions of older adults worldwide. Studies show that omega-3s help reduce morning stiffness and pain during movement, especially in people with arthritis or joint inflammation associated with aging. By reducing inflammation, it improves range of motion and restores the ability to walk with less pain and more comfort. In addition, omega-3 improves blood flow, promoting oxygenation of the leg muscles. This translates into less fatigue during physical exertion, more energy to walk, and less risk of swelling or a feeling of heaviness in the extremities. Natural sources include fatty fish, such as salmon, sardines, and tuna, as well as flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. However, many older adults do not consume these foods frequently enough to achieve therapeutic doses, making supplements a practical and effective alternative. The effects of omega-3 go beyond physical relief. It also acts as a cardiovascular protector, reducing the risk of diseases that affect leg circulation, such as peripheral arterial disease. With more efficient circulation, muscles receive more nutrients and remain more active, and resilient. It is common for older adults to report an improvement in pain after a few weeks of regular use, greater ease in walking long distances, and less dependence on painkillers or anti-inflammatories. The return to mobility is gradual, but noticeable and lasting. If you have persistent leg pain, stiff joints, or difficulty walking without discomfort, consider including omega-3 in your routine. They can be the bridge between chronic pain and the joy of walking again with ease and freedom. Once inflammation is under control and circulation stabilizes, the body is ready to take the next step, restoring energy to muscle cells. After all, what good are healthy muscles if they lack fuel to move them? This is where coenzyme Q10 comes in, one of the most powerful secrets to muscle vitality in old age. 8. Coenzyme Q10 cellular energy and physical endurance. Coenzyme Q10, also known as CoQ10, is a naturally occurring substance in the body that acts as a spark in the cellular engine. It is found in the mitochondria, the power plants of cells, and is responsible for converting the nutrients we eat into actual energy. Without it, your muscles simply won't function as they should. As we age, our natural production of CoQ10 decreases considerably. This decline particularly affects tissues that require the most energy, such as the heart and leg muscles. The result? Constant fatigue, loss of physical stamina, and difficulty performing simple tasks such as climbing stairs or walking long distances. A lack of CoQ10 is also associated with loss of muscle strength, a feeling of weak legs, and slow recovery after physical exertion. For those who want to maintain mobility and independence, replenishing this nutrient can make a real and measurable difference in their daily lives. Studies show that CoQ10 supplementation significantly improves physical performance in the elderly, increases muscle endurance, and reduces fatigue. In patients taking statins, cholesterol medications, this supplementation is even more important, as these drugs reduce the body's natural levels of CoQ10. Foods such as red meat, organ meats, sardines, and spinach contain small amounts of this coenzyme. However, to achieve therapeutic levels, supplementation is usually necessary, always with professional guidance, to adjust the dose to your health profile. Many seniors report a true return of vitality after just a few weeks of continuous use of CoQ10. What was once effort becomes lightness. What was once limitation becomes confidence. Energy returns to the muscles, and with it, freedom of movement and the pleasure of living with greater autonomy. If you feel like you're always tired, even though you're sleeping well and eating right, it could be that your cells are out of fuel, and CoQ10 could be the spark you need to reignite your strength and allow you to walk with confidence, energy, and enthusiasm. You just met 8 vitamins and nutrients that are literally transforming the leg health of thousands of seniors around the world. From stronger muscles to more flexible joints, from less pain to more energy, the results are real, visible, and often surprising. The secret is not in magic formulas, but in giving your body the right nutrients in the right doses with proper monitoring. Start by asking for simple tests to assess your levels of vitamin D, B12, magnesium, and others. From there, you can adjust your diet and, if necessary, include supplements with medical advice. Here they go 3 practical steps to get started today. Include more foods rich in functional nutrients such as leafy greens, fish, citrus fruits, seeds, and eggs. Sunbathe responsibly every day, especially early in the morning, to activate vitamin D. Talk to your doctor about specific replacement therapy, especially if you feel constant weakness, pain, or tiredness in your legs. Remember, getting older does not mean getting weaker. With the right choices, you can keep your legs strong, your mobility active, and your independence for many years to come. If this video brought you useful information, leave your like, comment below which of these vitamins you already use or intend to include in your routine, and share with someone who needs to strengthen their legs and regain their energy. And of course, subscribe to the Longevity Journey channel to receive weekly videos with health, nutrition, and longevity tips. Here, our commitment is to your independence and quality of life.